Vulgar pragmatism won't save U.S China relations. With the dust setting on the U.S presidential election, Beijing, after its initial shock, has been scrambling to manage U.S China relations. The Chinese Communist Party, CCP, has adopted a starkly different approach toward outgoing President Joe Biden and President-elect Donald Trump, one marked by arrogance toward one and excessive deference toward the other, making it particularly conspicuous. On Xi Jinping's side, there has been a flurry of attempts to reach out to President-elect Trump through various intermediaries, yet none have been successful. Reports suggest that these efforts were met with a cold shoulder. Beijing's pre-election misjudgment left it unprepared, and its inability to quickly establish contact with Trump's team post-election has led here its anxiety. Recently, Trump declared that due to Xi and the CCP's failure to fulfill their commitments, particularly regarding the ongoing influx of fentanyl into the United States, either directly from China or via Mexico, is unprecedented levels. He plans to impose an additional 10% tariff on all Chinese goods once in office. This 10% tariff is, in essence, a Xi Jinping's breach of trust tax. In response, China hastily stated that it had informed the U.S. of its progress on anti-narcotics enforcement, though its weak and apprehensive tone was unmistakable. However, when it goes to Biden, Xi's administration has exhibited extreme indifference, even arrogance and rudeness. For instance, during a summit in Peru, the final meeting between the U.S. and China under Biden's administration, China insisted on holding the talks at Xi's hotel. Xi waited for the elderly Biden to approach and shake his hands, while he remained stationary. During the meeting, the Chinese side deliberately filled the room with numerous black-suited individuals. Midway through the talks, in front of Biden, they rudely expelled journalists, including those from the U.S. A similar approach was seen when Xi met British Prime Minister Keir Starmer during the summit in Brazil. As soon as Starmer raised concerns about Hong Kong's human rights issues and the Jamie Lai's case, a large number of black-suited individuals from the Chinese side swarmed in and aggressively removed the reporters and media personnel present. Meanwhile, at the ASEAN defense minister meeting in Laos, both U.S. and Chinese defense ministers were invited, yet China's defense minister Dong Jun refused to meet or engage in dialogue with U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin. The official excuse was U.S. arms sale to Taiwan, but how does Beijing justify its significant secret military assistance to Russia? In reality, both Dong's refusal to meet Austin and Xi's arrogance toward Biden share the same subtext. Since you, Biden, are stepping down and Austin will soon follow, what's the point of talking to you? This reflects a typical Chinese mindset in, deeply ingrained in CCP political culture, calculating gains and losses meticulously, abandoning people when they are out of power, slapping the old while causing up the new. A, a vulgar form of pragmatism. In contemporary Chinese terms, it epitomizes sophisticated sophisticated egoism. However, the self-assured CCP leadership still fails to understand the United States or its culture. 1. The U.S. is a democratic and civilized nation where elections and governance are distinct. Once the election concludes, campaign rhetoric subside, and the two sides come together for a peaceful and smooth transfer of power as usual, mostly. 2. While there was significant domestic policy difference between the two parties, they are largely aligned on foreign policy, especially when it comes to China. There is a substantial continuity and consensus, particularly in standing firm against the CCP. Time is a premium in the U.S. political system, where policies are advanced in months or even days, unlike the CCP's move, leisurely pace of years. From the election November 5th until the inauguration on January 20th, the Biden administration still has 2.5 months in power. During this period, it retains full authority to implement policies, including major ones. In other words, U.S. China relations remain highly sensitive during this transition period, and Biden's administration not only remains a decision maker, but also the most influential actor in shaping their relationship. By approaching the U.S. during this transition with Vulgar pragmatism, the Xi administration not only fails to salvage U.S.-China relations, but also reveals its true nature and exposes its vulnerabilities. This self-inflicted disgrace allows Trump's campaign to see CCP's cards clearly, abandon illusions, respond confidently, and count with precision.